All right, what's up, guys? It's been like probably, I would say, close to 10 years since I did an arcade video, which is pretty crazy to think about that. But long story short, I just still don't really have time or all my tools to build a full-size arcade again. So within the last year and a half, Arcademodup makes these cheapo arcade cabinets with a few games on them, and you get them at Walmart. And there's a company called Arcademodup that basically sells you a modification kit that comes with everything you need to turn this. This only had Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. That's what came stock on a little computer board. They basically have a kit. It uses a Raspberry Pi. It's a small computer. And they give you new buttons, new joysticks, the computer, stereo speakers, an amplifier, a light-up marquee, which it doesn't have, and everything you need to literally assemble it. It's all configured already, and all the buttons work right out of the box once you put it in. So I'm going to do a review on this right now. I'm really excited. I like I said, I haven't had a MAME cabinet that worked probably since, I would say 2011. My friend Mysterio Zone has all of my arcade cabinets. They're his now. He took good care of them, and he's always there when I need him for anything. Thank you, Javier. And so I'll show you guys how this works. Basically, I'm gonna come down here and turn the power supply on. This is gonna turn everything on. I'll bring this over here. It's got a little startup video. The stereo speakers are loud. That's only on that's a quarter volume. Now it's going to go back into this. Now I turned the background music off. It was too much for me personally. I like to be able to hear the sounds from the preview videos on MAME. I've always liked that. I like to keep it just playing in the background. If I'm not even playing the arcade, that's what I like. So all right, so let's see what we got. I'll put this right next to here, and we'll show you guys. I'm gonna try to stay out of the screen so I don't screw it up. So basically, Arcade Classics is MAME. It's got like Dragon's Lair. It's got Sega Genesis, Neo Geo. If you click this middle button right here, this is A. That brings you into the particular system's game menu. These are all the ROMs this system has as box art. If you let it sit for a second, it comes on with the preview video. I love this setup. I think it's great. You hit the red button to the left, bottom left. This is B. This is back. And it says right here on the bottom, start right here is going to be options. Select is options. Start is the menu. Favorites. X is random. So if you hit X, it's going to it's just going to go wherever it wants. Oh, that's not X. This is X. Sorry. So if you hit that top one, it's just going to kind of go anywhere. This is page up, page down. So let's go back. We'll hit back. We go out to another system. You want to see Nintendo, you hit this. Same deal. It's got the this doesn't have preview videos, I don't think, but it has all the box art. And this is personally perfect for me because I don't really play anything else. This is options. Super Nintendo. This has... how many games does this have on Super Nintendo? This has 786 games on Super Nintendo, 791 for Nintendo, 136 Neo Geo, 784 for Sega, 5 games for Daphne, 2283 MAME, and then he's got some other categories: all games, wrestling, Williams Classic, Vector, Trackball, Tato Classic, Street Fighter. It's like subcategories. But if you guys know me, you know MAME in Mortal Kombat is always my favorite. Let me get back. There's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so hey, you can just get in here and find anything that you want. Now I think this is great. I love this. I absolutely love this. I love this setup. It literally very easy for me to put it together. But I'm going to discuss the problems that I had, a few of them, which were real frustrating to me. And you know, I watched ETA's video on wiring up a Raspberry Pi to do MAME, and I bought a laptop and you know, burnt the SD card and had a Raspberry Pi that worked, and I gave it away about a year ago before I ever got into a project. I was at a different apartment. I had no room to do anything, so things are a little bit better right now. And I'm going to show you. Let me get out of this. We'll go back. I'm gonna show you guys the issues that I had with this. First off, these were the stock bat tops that were on the Arcademodup for the Mortal Kombat controllers, which were garbage, but they unscrewed right off. I took the ball top black ones that Arcademodup sold with the kit. This is like a Amazon button kit, but to be honest with you, all I've bought my entire time, and I've had the Mortal Kombat 1 I bought. I built 6 or 7 MAME cabinets. I only use Suzo Hap. I love those buttons. This honestly feels good. And this is coming from someone that uses it all the time. These feel really good. They don't feel bad at all. I'm happy with them. I think the marquee looks amazing. It looks like a piece of bulletproof glass, basically, that the guy sandwiches the artwork in. The artwork's pretty good. You know, you can see like the circle for the dragon's a little bit off, but all in all, everything lines up real nice. It's in the right spots. I had him do like the Street Fighter button layout. I love how it looks. I mounted the amp up top. I drilled a couple holes. So I'll pull this out and I'll show you guys what's going on the inside and where I ran into problems. So the two main problems I had with this, one of them was with the LCD monitor. And if you watch the videos, there's a million videos out there now on how to do this. It honestly is really simple. The hardest part of this whole cabinet setup would probably be burning the SD card and finding the right image for the Pi. That's why I really like this. I was able to get it one shot. I didn't have to do anything. So let's see if I can move this without breaking it, because this is not like a real Mortal Kombat cabinet. Let's see. But that's what's cool about this thing. It weighs about maybe 100 pounds total right now. You got 3 screws. I'm not taking out the drill. I like everything neat. So I ran the wires. I drilled a couple holes, and I don't feel like taking a drill out for 3 screws. So I'm just gonna do this by hand. It's really nothing. All right, so you see those screws are out. Also, real quick, on the bottom, I just drilled a hole, basically made like an oval, so I was able to have the power supply come out. Pop this off. You could get at Walmart right now, brand new, I think it's Asteroids cabinet for 169 bucks. And it's gonna have everything you need, because you're gonna get a different control panel if you order from these guys. He's selling the kit right now. It went up a little bit. I think about $320. So I'm gonna set this tripod up and see if I can show you guys everything. All right, so I tried to make this as neat as possible. I basically you just used electrical tape. This one's actually coming off a little bit. I must have moved it, but it doesn't really matter too much. This is going up to the marquee light, and this has a splitter that he supplies you with. So I might be rambling a little bit, but if you could look up, follow this lead up, you'll see it branches off right there at Y's. So this one going up to that hole right there is that black one on the right side where it says power. That's the power for the amplifier. And then the other one It's the split. If you follow it down right to there, that's lighting up the marquee LED light strip. So now the two problems I mentioned, this was one of them. And I really can't say it's my fault. This, basically you have the positive and the negative go into this little plastic connector. And then inside this plastic, this basically opens up like a book. So inside there's two contact points. And basically you have to lift these little metal, it looks like a prong, but you have to lift that up. And then on these LED lights, if you look real close, you'll see right there's 4 dots. Those are the contacts. Like if you took a scissor and you cut right down the center where that little line is, cut that, that's how you shorten it, or if you don't need as much length, you cut it right there. And then you take those 2 dots, and one of them is going to say positive, one's going to say negative, and you're going to put it underneath the pins inside this little thing, and then you have to close it back on top. The mistake I was making, and this took me, I thought the thing was broken. I was writing emails. I was real frustrated because you wouldn't realize those little prongs lift up. I thought I just had to put it on top and then close the plastic and that would work. I went on Amazon, started looking for these LED light strips, and I just happened to see a 10-pack of these little white things. So I ordered a 10-pack. I ordered like 100 feet of this LED stuff. I'm going to build a couple cabinets. And that's how I solved the problem. That was one issue. Second issue, I was getting static on my monitor. And, they give you this, it's an LCD converter board. Basically, you just take the 2 wires that come out of the cabinet. I don't even want to touch them. It's this black one right here that's got the duct tape on it. And this other, I don't even know, this is probably the power wire. It's got this wire also. So these are going in there, and you're just basically gonna take the old computer board off, and then you're gonna attach 1 and 2 into this. They tell you where to put them. They tell you how to put them there. This is a little controller board for the monitor. It does, you can basically see. This is all going off an iPhone. It gives you controls, so you could adjust that to your liking. Then, the problem I was having is, I think I might have just, and I'm pretty careful with this stuff, I might have just pulled this a little bit too much, and it wasn't sitting in the exact spot where you could see it was from the factory, and the monitor was getting like a little bit static. It might act up on right now, but I'm happy it's not. I don't want it to act up. But that was a real frustrating issue, and I just figured it out by jiggling around. I think it might have got a little bit too taut, and that's what caused one of the issues. Personally, I ordered more speaker wire. I want the speaker wire to be like run on the side, real nice and neat. But overall, the guy gives you everything you need. It's all in there. And the best part is, if I didn't have the issue with the marquee, that bothered me for like an hour and a half trying to figure out what was wrong with it. And the marquee and the monitor, finagling with that a little bit, that was frustrating. This whole thing probably took, I would say, if I didn't have to deal with any of that garbage nonsense, I watched this video a few times, so I already knew what was going on. I would say it's probably took me 45 minutes to put together. It was fast, and it worked literally right out of the box. The other issue I had, which I figured out from ETA Prime, was player 2 joystick and controls was actually on the screen acting as player 1, and that just all that was me having to switch the USB cable around, the 2 USBs for the keyboard encoders. So that was it. Everything else, honestly, I love this thing. I am very happy with this whole setup. I have not had something like this for cheap. The arcade itself was, I got on sale for $279 at Walmart. And the kit, when I got it, was about $319. Now I think the kit's going to be more in the area of about $340. Is what it looks like you got it on for now. But I'll tell you right now, you can tell he's very busy. It's hard to get them on the phone. And, something, for what it is, you can't really ask for much more. The guy put a nice kit together. He's not robbing you. You could tell he's not charging you a crazy amount of money for it. I feel like everything was fair. If you could go on Amazon and literally type in everything that he gives you, and his prices aren't that high. He's wiring it up. He gives you all the ROMs set up literally. If you have a little bit of common sense and you watched videos, you'll figure it out in 2 seconds. You don't even have to do anything. Even the buttons on every game work. So I'll put this back in the right spot. This is amazing because if you guys remember how big those Mortal Kombat cabinets were, those were not easy to move. So that's pretty much the review. I love it. It's got everything I want. I have the background music off right now. But, you know, if you want to go back into arcades, just click on this. I'll even do a little gameplay. We'll do, what's one of my favorite games? I love Final Fight. It's a lot. Oh, you know, I like Cadillacs and Dinosaurs too. Where is that? I just saw that. I love that. Give it a little volume. These were the best games, honestly. I have PS4, I played PS4, I had PS3. These are the simplest, most entertaining games in my opinion. And I'll give you guys perspective of how tall this thing is with the riser on it. I'm 5'5.5", 5'6". So this honestly feels the exact same height as the Mortal Kombat when I used to have it. I'll do another, make this 20 minutes even. So now to get out of this, you hit the coin start. It's gonna bring you back to the menu. I know everybody likes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mortal Kombat works perfectly on it. Puzzle Bobble, Double Bobble. Where the hell are we going here? It's a long day. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I do a lot of truck stuff, and I just had to let everything else kind of just chill out. I really killed myself the last couple of years, but it's all good.
Hang on, April.
Basically, the point of this video is if you want to have your own MAME arcade for about 700 bucks, even cheaper than that, really, if you spend Probably about $550, $600 you got this entire thing. Later, guys.